Hello, this is the first of a two-part series on Google Colab. And so in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'll take you through the basics of Google Colab. What is Google Colab? Google Colab is a free web-based platform for running Python code. It was developed by Google Research, mainly for machine learning. Its main advantages are that, one, it's completely free, and the code you run in Google Colab runs on Google's supercomputers, so you don't need your computing resources. And that also means that you can run difficult problems, machine learning algorithms that might take ages to run on your PC. Just like any other Google document, you can share it with other people, and you can collaborate with other people on the same document. You can work simultaneously. Then it's based on the Jupyter Notebook framework, which means you can add text, explanatory text to your code. You can insert images, which means it's a really good platform for tutorials. Okay, so enough with the talking. So how do you start a Google Colab document? Okay, there are two ways, and I'll start with the simplest. Okay, so the simplest is just type in Google Colab in your Google search engine. So let's see, Google Colab. Okay, so you have Google Colab here, and click on this. Then it takes you to the Google Colab page. Okay, but remember that in order to access Google Colab, you should have a Google account. Okay, so as you can see, I have my Google account, and I've definitely opened a series of notebooks in the past. Okay, so what you see here is just giving you a series of options. Okay, so you can click cancel here, and then go to the default welcome page for Google Colab. Or if you've opened notebooks in the past, then you can see your recent notebooks, okay, here, and you could just click on the one you want to open, or you can go to examples. So these are examples already prepared by Google to get you started with Colab. So this is overview of collaborative features, and you could just open whichever you want, or you could open a document from your Google Drive, or you could go to GitHub and open files from GitHub, or you could actually upload a notebook, a Jupyter notebook, or a Google Colab notebook from your PC. Okay, so we don't want any of these. Okay, so this is the classic view of Google Colab, and this is when you open it from the Google search engine. Okay, so let's close this and go through the second option. Okay, so the second option is you open it from your Google Drive. Okay, so now let's say this is your Google home page. Okay, and here, okay, well, my drive is actually open, but let's start from first principles. Okay, so you you click on this and you see these options. Okay, so open your Google Drive, and when you open your Google Drive, assuming it's your first time, so you go to new. Okay, this is actually the approach you use to open other Google documents. Okay, go to more, and you see Google Collaboratory here. Okay, but if this is your first time, it's very likely that you won't see Google Collaboratory there. So what you do is you click on connect more apps. So you connect more apps, and then in the search bar just start typing Collaboratory. You see Collaboratory, click on that and then install. Okay, that's good. So I have installed already, so let's see. So it's open now. Okay, so this is what you get, okay, when you open Google Colab from your Google Drive. Okay, and what you see here is just the name of the file, and you can see that this is the main name and this is the file extension. Okay, this means it's a notebook. Okay, so if you want to change the name, you just double click here and start typing. Okay, so let's say this is test. Okay, so test, enter, you're done. Okay, so you have changed the name. Okay, so now we want to save this file. Okay, we want to save this file. So if you want to save this, you just go, okay, and you say save a copy in Drive. Okay, so when you click save a copy in Drive, so this is going to create a copy for you in your Google Drive, and automatically this becomes copy of test. Okay, because the original name is test and now it's copy of test. Okay, so if you go to your Google Drive now, you see that a new folder has been created automatically. Okay, so Google Colab notebook. Okay, so your future notebooks will be automatically saved in that folder. Okay, and that's basically easy. Okay, alternatively, you could create a folder here and then save the file in that folder, but I basically normally just like using the default Google Colab notebooks. Okay, so that's fine. So we can close this if we like and maybe still edit this just to reflect. Okay, so now what next? Okay, so I'll just take you through the various features. Okay, so you get familiar with what they do, what they're there for. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so you see here connect. Okay, this means you're not connected to any computer yet. Okay, because you need to connect to one of Google's computers, remote computers, okay, to run your notebook. Okay, and so if you click on the arrow there, you'll see two options. Okay, connect to hosted runtime and connect to local runtime. Okay, if you say connect to hosted runtime, then it means you will get connected to one of Google's powerful computers. Okay, but if you click on connect to local runtime, then the notebook will run from your computer basically, and you don't want that, because the reason why we want to use Google Colab is to make use of Google's powerful computing resources. Okay, so let's click this. Okay, and just to make it clear, you don't really always have to click connect, because it automatically connects once you execute a code. Okay, so don't worry about that. So, and you can see once it's connected, you see this green tick and you see the RAM and your disk. So this means this is your RAM space, and if you hover the mouse over this, you see exactly the the storage values, okay, and that is it. Okay, and here, okay, here you can see that you're editing, okay. It means you can basically, just like any other Google document, some people, will only have viewing rights, okay, so they basically cannot edit the notebook, okay. So now let's go through the basics. So if you want to share this, just like any other Google document, this is what you do. So you enter the email address of the person you want to contact, how many you want to share this with, or you could just share the link with them, easy peasy. And comments, you could add comments to the notebook. So assuming someone has shared their notebook with you, and you want to comment on certain aspects, then you could do that. And then the settings, first the color theme, light, or you could change this to dark. Basically now it's dark, and it's nice. Okay, let's go back to light. Okay, so good. Now what else? So let's say your editor, you could change the font size. Yeah, you could okay. For me, normally I wouldn't advise you playing with this. Just stick to the basics for now. Once you get comfortable, you could explore. So today I'll just keep it really simple to to the things you need to get you started only, okay. And if you want a smaller font size or a bigger font size, then you can do that. Indentation within spaces, again, for now just forget about these, okay. And again, these are just the basic settings, and again I'll say don't play with them, okay. For now it's okay. Colab Pro, this is if you want to switch from the free version to the paid version, so which means we don't have any business here for now. And power level, and this is really funny, this really does not do anything, okay, but I'm gonna make a few changes here, and just keep your eye at the top of your screen here and see what happens, okay. So now let's say I want to change the power level to this one, Cookie mode, okay. Let's say here, Cookie mode, and see what happens. Yeah, good. And you can see this nice little dog running across the screen, okay. Let's say, yeah, good. Okay, so okay, so what else? Okay, now you can see that Colab has two options here, okay. You can see code and text, okay. And basically Colab has two types of cells, okay. You have a code cell, and this is where you write your Python code, and you have your text cell. This is where you write your normal text, okay, basic text, okay. So let's start with text cell, okay. Already we have a cell here, okay, and you can see that this is a code cell because you see this arrow here, because this is what you would need to click on to run the content of the cell or the code written in the cell, okay. And if you want to delete the cell, just poof, now there's no cell. So let's add a text cell, okay. So this is a text cell, okay. And as I said earlier, you could write text, okay. And so let's say we want to say tutorial, okay. So tutorial, Good. Okay, so if we want to make this like a heading text, okay, because you can see that you write here and you see the result here, okay, you see the output here, okay. So if we want to make, for now it's, you know, it looks like ordinary text, okay. So if we want to change this to a heading, so just select the text and click this one, straight away becomes a heading text, okay. Now let's say we want to make this bold. We could again and bold, just like your word file or something, okay. Now let's say you can see that it's no longer a heading, okay. So maybe we need to click this first and this, okay. Good. So let's say we want to change this to italic, okay. So let's say trial, okay, trial italic. Good. Now you can see here, perfect, okay. So then this is if you want to format the text as code, okay. Now if we write our text here, you see that, okay, it's written like, you know, just as normal text, okay. But if we want to format this as code, okay, now you see the appearance, okay, because you need it sometimes. Let's say, you know, we want to, you know, maybe basically you know, write a syntax, okay. We want to write a syntax here, you know, and we want it to look, you know, different, okay, from normal text. You could insert a link here. So with this one, so let's say we want to use let's assume you want to insert a hyperlink, okay. So let's say we want to create a hyperlink for BBC News, okay. So let's say this is BBC News,
the legal rally, and
okay, so BBC News. Now, so what you do, select and click on this. Good. So straight away, and then you paste the link here, okay. Now if you shift enter, so you see, you click on this,
so authorities that might have,
yeah, it's plain, okay. So double click again, now we're there, okay. So this is for inserting images. So this, and you put the link to the image, you're there. So this is the indent block if you want to indent. So let's say we are listing cities in Sierra Leone, okay, okay. So now let's see. So if we want to like start on the next line, so you say BR, okay. This means whatever we type now will start on the next line. So let's say Freetown, okay. So you see, so if we didn't have this, what will happen? See, Freetown is here. So good, we want BR again, okay. And now let's say we want to indent this, okay. We don't want Freetown to be, to start on the same in the same column as cities, okay. So select this and indent, okay. Well, it didn't indent, but basically what you do is you just put this there, okay. And now Freetown is indented by one step, okay. So let's say we want to list down areas in Freetown, okay. So we want to indent one level further, okay. So you put 2, then this goes to, let's say, Lumley, okay. So you see, one step down. So again, so let's see padding, okay, so assuming you actually want to indent, so on and so forth. Then if you want to insert a list, so just here, list, okay. And one thing to note here, so let's assume, see, good, so like this, so it means this gets on the same line, so which means there has to be some space between them, and we can definitely add 3 my lists, so you see, good, so on and so forth. If you want, okay, undo, good. Now let's say we want an ordered, the same here, so good, star, yes, so you see, good, this is good. So let's say we want to insert a line, horizontal line, just click this, or always just enter 3 dashes, then you see here. So if we were to press star, so you see, so this is underlined, okay, good. And basically this one here is just to change the orientation. So here in the correct formats, you have the side by side, left, right, okay. So the markdown here and the output text is here, okay. So if you click this, then it will toggle, so now it's vertical, so you have the code, or I'll say the markdown text above, and you have this below, okay. So it's up to you whichever option is comfortable for you works, okay. So basically this is the general overview of the text cells. Oh yes, you could actually enter equations, okay, and that's very, very nice. So let's say we want to enter x is equal to y plus 1. Just to let you know, it uses it uses latex, and so if you don't know much about latex, I advise you Google latex, say writing equations in latex. It's very simple. So let's say we want to write x is equal to y plus 1, okay. Always equations should be enclosed between two, well, should be enclosed by $2 signs. So let's say, so you write x is equal to, see, y plus 1. So you see, so because as long as it's enclosed by $2 signs, then that tells Colab that you're writing an equation, okay. So let's say we want to write x is equal to y plus 1 squared, okay. So you could okay, hold on for me. Oh, yeah, actually good. Okay, good. So you see, so you have okay. So now let's say we want to write this, we want to write a fraction, say x plus y squared. So we can say frac, okay, but this is all the text, so over 2. Nicely done, okay. But for for the details, really, I would recommend you see the official Google Colab tutorial for Markdown. So let me just show you how to do that. So we go, say, new notebook. Oh, sorry, no. So you say open notebook. So it takes you to this. Go to examples and just get Markdown guide. So Markdown, okay, let's open this in a new tab. So Markdown guide, definitely. So this is your guide to to Google Colab collaborative Markdown. So it's it's got all the basics basics, the basic syntaxes, the basic steps, and this is where you should get started. Everything you need to know about equations should be there. Okay, so that's really all for the text cell. Okay, so now let's assume. Okay, let's assume you want to write code. Okay, so for code, you use a code cell. Okay, you cannot write code in a text cell. You can either start a code cell by clicking on this, or just hover your mouse beneath this and you click code cell. Okay, so here you write your code cell. Okay, so let's say we want to print the classic hello world. So let's say print hello world. Okay, so this is it. So we want Colab to print hello world to display hello world for us. Okay, so you write this and just click on this, so you have hello world. Okay, so that's how you use the code cell. Okay, so let's say we want to write another code. Say we want to write, say, print, say we want 4 plus 5. Okay, good. So it prints 9 for us. Okay, so that's it. So now let's say you could actually arrange these cells easily. Okay, so let's say we want to move this cell one step up. Okay, so just you see these arrows, so click. Now it's up there. If you want to move it to the first, it's there. If you want to move it down, this arrow, that's really good. So if you want to get a link to this particular cell, you could just click on this, and it generates the link for you, and you can share that with someone also. Okay, now let's dive deeper. Okay, and for this I already have some notebooks that we might need to open. Okay, so let's say you want to open a new notebook, so go here to open. Okay, I don't want to get from recent, or I could get from recent, but let's see. Okay, I want to get from my Google Drive. Okay, so basically these are the notebooks I have. Okay, so let's say I want to open this one. Okay, so this is a notebook I prepared before. Okay, and now let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to use this file or this notebook to highlight the things you could do with Google Colab. Okay, what you see here is the outline for this notebook. So these are the various sections. So you can actually click on this, it takes you to that section. Okay, it takes you to that section, takes you, and you can add a new section if you want to. Okay, so and you could either run everything, it will run the entire cell, the entire notebook, or you could choose what to run, which is what we are going to do. Okay, but in the meantime, let's connect. Yeah, we are connected now, and we could definitely run this. Okay, so let's start. Let's run this. Now this has been run. Let's run this again. Actually, what Google Colab does is that it grants you the opportunity to basically choose how to express your inputs. Okay, here, okay, this is a small program that displays the score, you know, for a certain set of coordinates, x and y values. Okay, so you could either enter those scores directly, like the x and y coordinates directly, or you can actually enter them using forms. Okay, but we will look at this in a later video. Okay, so forms here, okay, you can choose how to express these, or you can choose the coordinates using this slider. Okay, so you put a slider and automatically the code is executed, and it gives you the score for that set of coordinates. So you see, so that's really good, and this is useful sometimes if you want to hide the code from the user, assuming you're creating a tutorial and you really don't want the students or whosoever is going through that tutorial to mess with the code. They don't have to see it, they just need the input and output. Okay, but you could actually you could actually show the code if you wanted to. So you go to, you click on this, go to forms, okay, show code. So this is the code that is doing this. Okay, so x, y, and the forms here. So you see, so if you move this, you can see actually x is okay. Let's move x. You can see x has changed. Let's move y. You see, you can see y has changed, x has changed. Okay, and we can hide this code again, and everything is fine. We can, okay, let's say I just want 1000 samples. You can run this, and now you see new outputs. You could run this one, and you have a different output here. So you see, so yeah, this is what Colab does for you.